Don't call somebody your friend if you're not going to be their friend. Don't tell somebody you're going to be there for them if you're not. Word is bond. It's all we have. Don't tell somebody you will help them with something. Don't tell somebody you will commit to something. Don't tell somebody that you care about them if in your spirit you don't. You're not doing any favors to yourself or the other person that way. All you're doing is wasting their time and your own. You know, I come across that often too, where people claim to be my friend and they say one thing, but their actions show another. Now, I could choose to be a bitch and talk shit to them or talk behind their back or drama, but that does no good. So I never choose that option. You could choose to talk to the person about the situation and work it out among yourselves. That's the option I would generally choose. Also, sometimes it's better to just remain silent. Don't say anything to them. Just watch their actions and move accordingly. You know, you got to accept people where they're at on their path. Don't expect more from people than they can give you. Take them at face value. What they tell you, they mean. If someone tells you something, don't try to change their mind and tell them why they should think different or that they do think different. Just because you said so doesn't make it so. You know, the things that go on inside a person's spirit, inside their soul, is generally private. So for an outsider to come in and say, this is how you feel, this is what you think, this is what you should be doing, and this is how you should act according, that's not reality. You know, it's sad because I'm finding that people will always let you down. That's always going to happen. You know, I find that, you know, like the Bible says, that's why he says, don't put your faith in man. Because humans will let you down. Does that mean humans are bad people? No, but they make decisions based on emotions and ego oftentimes. I'm guilty of that too. I can't say that I'm perfect because I am far from it, but I'm working on bettering myself daily. I'm just sitting here, I don't know, this came to mind because of a couple friends. 2 entertainer friends, in fact. I realize they have busy schedules, so I don't expect much from them. I don't expect anything from them, to be honest, except for them to stand by what they say. If they say they're going to do something, I would hold them to that because they said it. So when people say things and do another, you know, you really got to look at things in perspective. Sometimes when that happens, people will jump to getting angry at the other person, when in reality, it's not generally that those other people were trying to harm you or hurt you in any way, shape, or form. They honestly probably don't even care about you for the most part. They got their own life going on, and they fit you in when it's convenient and when they can. That's the reality, in my mind anyway. So, you know, finding a sense of self is so important. I'm glad I'm finally finding my true identity, you know, because I've been wandering around lost for 44 years, almost 45 years now. You know, when I turned 40, my life changed. When the Lord called me out and said, I'm coming, I knew he meant it. So, you know, I got off track a tiny bit. I was saying people often when they do things, it's not because they're trying to hurt you. So don't take vengeance. It's because they have their own lives going on and they are trying to work through stuff themselves. And since all of us are going through different things, you know, we try to build friendships and bonds and find things we have in common. And oftentimes it works out very well. And then sometimes there are those ones that it just doesn't work out with. And in those instances, don't feed into drama. Just walk away. No need to be rude to somebody just because you don't get along. What does that do? Does it help you in any way? No. Does it help them? No. I don't know, dealing with people and building friendships and bonds, it could be a scary thing, especially when you're in the process of growth and change yourself. Because as you grow and evolve, you start to make new friends and new connections, and you find people who are more yoked for you. Now, here's something I've realized too, just like with relationships and friendships. Sometimes you don't get a bunch of quality time together. Sometimes you may only be able to talk to that friend every now and then for a short amount of time. But it's quality time. Then it's worth it. Versus a superficial friend, someone who you have around simply because you're lonely and want someone around, but you're not equally yoked. But they're available all the time, so maybe you hang out with them. And then you start to get bitter because you're around these people who don't have the same belief systems as you, but they're always available, so you continue to hang out with them. That sucks from your energy. It takes away from the true you. Don't do that. Just like with a lot of my friends that I have now, I don't get to talk to the ones that are close to me on a regular basis. I miss that, I really do. But lately, it's just because that's where we're at in our life paths. Doesn't mean it's forever, it's just for now. But the good thing about true friends and people you care about is it doesn't matter how much time's gone by. It doesn't matter if you haven't seen them in a day, a week, a year, 5 years, 10 years, whatever. If it's a true friend, when you reunite, it's like you never left. Because you'll always have a bond, a kinship, that soul, that bonding, that yoke, I don't know, all of it. Toxicity, that's everywhere. Just look around you. There's chaos abound everywhere. Don't feed into it. Make friends that enrich your life. By doing that, you enrich those around you. I'm not talking about financial gain. I am talking about your spiritual well-being, just to be very clear. I get mad sometimes, I can't lie. I get a little angry with some of my friends. Not angry. That's not the right word. I'll get upset with some of them because I get lonely. And then I'll find sometimes I'll want to get mad, like, oh my gosh, I haven't talked to them in forever, and I start to get upset. But then I got to take account of myself, and I'm like, okay, is it that I'm lonely? Is that the real issue? Am I hurting inside? Is that the real issue? And I'm looking from someone on the outside to cling to help me get through this moment. Is that the issue? See, you don't want to become too dependent on others because you want to know that you could operate and stay true to self within your soul, within your spirit, when you're alone as well as when you're with people. Sometimes people don't like to be alone because they don't like the thought of facing their own demons, their own thoughts, the things that really plague them. But as I always talk about, you can't run from yourself. You really can't. Choose wisely. Choose the people around you wisely. Be vigilant. Do the people in your life have an ulterior motive for having you there? Is there something they could gain from having you around? Are their personalities the same all the time, or are they all over the place? Or do you have people who are solid, steady people in your life who give you advice, who you one another have a camaraderie with? It's another good thing about friends is they will point out the fuck shit in you. They will tell you stuff that is wrong with you, and you might not like it. You don't even want to hear it, and it makes you mad. You want to get angry at them. Don't. Listen to what they're saying and say, damn, okay, you're my friend, so maybe there's some truth in this. Maybe do some internal adjustments of our own. I don't know. I'm just talking about friendships. I just turned on my camera. I don't really have a specific thing in mind. I don't plan my videos. I don't plan what I'm going to say, as you could tell, hence me stuttering and stumbling all over the place. But I just walk in this path, walk in this narrow path of life. I'm just trying to learn, and while I'm learning, I'm trying to share. But hey, if you see something wrong along the way with what I'm doing, point it out. If you see something that you think I could do better, point it out. If you have some great advice, help. And if I could do the same for you, or if you have questions, let me know. If you think that I might in some way be able to enrich your life, your friend, by being your friend, or whatever, in whatever shape, form, fashion, or a job, or whatever, I don't know. Man, I am going on and on. Let me just stop. We get lonely. We make friends. Choose wisely. Don't just make friends when you're in a lonely spot and settle. You could do bad on your own. Don't dig a hole deeper by adding more negativity. Just bring goodness. Just enrich yourself, enrich your circle. Peace.